Christine, you have a
17.
Good to see you too. Thanks for coming down. The roads are tricky.
When we came down, it was earlier.
Good. Yeah, my son and his wife and baby are shopping in Buffalo right now, so we're a little nervous about the roads.
They may have to stay a little while.
Yeah. What's
Hi,
your
Laura.
name? Nice to meet you. How you doing? How you doing? I don't know.
No, I'm here. I'm just hanging out.
You guys are awesome.
All right, welcome. Please have a seat. Welcome to Feildbrook Foods. We're very excited today to make some very important announcements about the future of our company, some growth, some big expansion, some investment, all sorts of things that are very positive about our business and about our company. So thank you all for being here. I'd like to acknowledge a whole bunch of people who are here. So starting with Lt Governor Hochul, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, my pleasure.
We're very glad to have you. Mayor Willie Rosas from the city of Dunkirk. Senator Cathy Young. Assemblyman Andy Goodell. Kevin Sanvidge from the Chautuaqua County Investment Group. And we have a whole bunch of other folks who are here, members of the City Council of the City of Dunkirk, Superintendent of Schools from the City of Dunkirk, representatives from Teamsters Local 264. I'm glad to have you here. And we're just so excited about some of the things we're going to have a chance to talk about today. This conversation actually started back on August 26th, just a few months ago. And we had a conversation. Most of this group was here, and we were meeting upstairs, and we were talking about the future of the company and some investment opportunities that Feildbrook Foods had. And we were pretty excited at that moment to share some ideas that have now come to full fruition. And it's just an incredible opportunity to be part of this community, to be here with just an extraordinary work group, because it's not about the equipment, it's not about the capital, it's not about the expansion from a capacity standpoint. It's really about the people that we have and that we're blessed to work with every day. And to work in a community that truly embraces manufacturing and truly embraces a partnership that allows us to have moments and days like this. So very excited about some of the things we're going to talk about, but before we do that, I'd like to pass the torch to Lt Governor Hochul and give you an opportunity to share some of the good news that we have here today.
Bob, I want to thank you first of all for your extraordinary service, not just to this organization, but to our country. A West Point graduate served his country admirably, and we benefit from those leadership skills that you attained in that capacity, but also your lifelong commitment to the food industry. You have a very diverse background, but we're really fortunate that you found home here in Dunkirk with your family, and how you've taken this company to a whole new level. Starting out back in, I think, 1914, the original Dunkirk ice cream is what brought us here, and it's something that went on for 4 generations, and it has this new incarnation as Fieldbrook in the last 20 years, but really the sky's the limit as to how far we can go with this company, and that's what today's all about. But also I really want to recognize as people become dear friends of mine, our partners in state government. First of all, Senator Cathy Young, we've known each other for many, many years, and I want to thank you again for your continued advocacy on behalf of the people of your district in our state capital, and making sure that you receive a good share of the pie when we're coming to allocating resources. We hear from you often. You're very aggressive at that, and I admire that. I admire that. So we're very fortunate to have your representation here, and certainly Assemblyman Andy Goodell. Our paths have crossed many times as we tour this wonderful district, whether it's in wine facilities, wineries, cheese shops, ice cream. We do a fair amount of eating on the trail. That's and all the other representatives here from the community. Thank you, because what we're talking about here today is something that is so critically important to the governor and myself, especially in my home turf. This is Western New York, this is where I call home. Spent many, many days, hours, weeks vacationing in Chautuaqua County, touring the incredible vineyards, just dropping down the vibrant downtown Silver Creek and Dunkirk here. So this is home to me. So whenever I'm able to make an announcement on behalf of the governor here, it's extra special, particularly in an area of upstate New York that we know for literally decades was neglected. And it took a governor from Queens to really say, you know what, this is not right. We've had these lone voices here in Albany represent this area, but they were ignored. We just didn't have the population to justify the elected officials' presence in Albany, so we always lost out to downstate, and that's a fact of life. So the governor in the last 6 years has had an incredible focus on righting that wrong and trying to bring back upstate New York here any way we can. So a company like we're talking about today has had a long history. They keep reimagining the future of ice cream, which I really enjoy hearing about, and taking it to new levels with new products, new customers. And when you think also not just about the jobs we'll be talking about in a couple moments, but also the suppliers, the dairies that support this industry, and the trucking, the great people at the Teamsters, and so many other people are integrated into this industry, and it's a very sophisticated industry. Someone can't just say, I'm gonna go open an ice cream manufacturing facility. There's a lot of regulations, a lot of sophistication involved in that. And so to know that this world-class, nationally known company is headquartered here and continuing to expand here really is a great day for us. And back in August, we announced that there would be 50 new jobs, which is exciting, but who thought they could outdo that? We're here to announce today that there'll be 60 new additional jobs on top of the 50, as well as a $4 million expansion here, taking existing space and preparing it for new lines, which is going to create more jobs, more opportunities as well. And this was supported by the state of New York, Empire State Development, with $400,000 in Excelsior tax credits. So again, another place where we have targeted financial assistance to companies that are growing, and at the end of the day, it's all about job creation. So I'm very proud of that, and we're going to continue the upswing of the economy here. This area, if you recall, and particularly our economic development leaders from Chautauqua know that it wasn't long ago when we had a 9.7% unemployment rate right here in this county. I'm happy it's 5.7, but I think those numbers are going to continue trending downward as well with great stories like this, and giving people the dignity of a good job at a company like this where they treat their employees well. It's a very diverse workforce. They're relying on this incredible work ethic that I think that Western New York is known for. People who get up every day and want to put their heart and soul into their job, and then we see the benefits at this company right here. So it's a great day, 60 new jobs for this area, and a $4 million expansion. So I was really honored to be asked to participate. And again, it just goes with my continued legacy of going to all the fun places where we manufacture ice cream and put smiles on people's faces. And I'm going to make my own special pitch that you figure out some way to do a sponge candy ice cream. I just think that I was actually making sponge candy at a candy factory up in North Tonawanda, so I got a good source for you as well. So if you need any linkages, I'm there for you. And, just when you think about ice cream, I mean, what a fun place to work. I mean, constantly innovating, coming up with new flavors, and adapting to the needs of perhaps the next generation. But ice cream is just such a part of who we are. It's even on a cold day like today. It's something that can bring you joy and happiness. And I was with my 11-year-old niece a couple days ago, and she said, "What are you doing for New Year's Eve, Aunt Kathy? Gonna sit in bed with a pint of ice cream?" I was like, "Well, it doesn't sound half bad, actually." If I can select the flavors, so it's part of who we are. But yet a tremendous source of pride knowing that's going on right here in Dunkirk, in Chautauqua County. And thank you for making New York your home.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Hochul. I'd like to next introduce Mayor Willie Rosas from the city of Dunkirk. Mayor Rosas has been just a tremendous partner of ours. I've had many opportunities to have meetings with him either at his office or in my office. I've had chances to give him tours of our facility, and I believe our relationship continues to grow, and we recognize the dependence we have upon each other, and also how much we can help each other. So it's been a great relationship, and I'd love to have an opportunity to thank Mayor Rosas.
Thank you. I'd like to begin by thanking the President and CEO, Mr. Bob Charleston, here at Feildbrook Foods. as Bob mentioned, when I took office, one of the first things that I've directed my administration to do is to reach out to our major employers and to see what, if anything, we could do to help them to expand and you know, to be successful. And when I met with Bob the first time, I realized that him and I were, we were in the same boat. We had some of the same issues. He mentioned that he was trying to change the image at Feildbrook Foods, that he wanted his staff members to be proud, to work with pride, to be proud to be part of the team here. And I mentioned to him that that was some of the same things that I was trying to change here in the city with our staff. And so we connected right away. There were some issues that Bob mentioned to me, and we worked together on. Our engineering department, Mr. Randy Woodbury over here, our city engineer, was very helpful in reaching out to Bob and his people, and we were able to help him out with a pretty bad situation. So very proud to be standing here before you to make this important announcement. I would like to tell you that it was only 5 months ago when we were standing here to announce the addition of 50 full-time jobs. These jobs come with a full benefit package. And so this announcement of 61 more permanent full-time jobs means that this facility here in the city of Dunkirk in 2016 has added 111 full-time jobs. So I think that deserves a round of applause. I would also like to mention the fact that we have a lot of support here from our community. Our city council members that are present, First Ward Councilman Don Williams, Third Ward Councilman Adelino Gonzalez, and also our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Tracy. Folks, the support that we are receiving here from the state is real. The governor came here to Dunkirk. When I first took office, he came here and made a huge announcement. And today we have the Lieutenant Governor here. I'm very proud to be standing before you with all of our state elected officials. That they can take time out of their day to be here with us means a lot to me as mayor. The city has been receiving a lot of attention at the state level. And to be here before you with these people here makes me very proud to be a part of it. Feildbrook Foods has been reaching out to the city, and the city has been reaching out to our partners at the county level, at the state level, and we have connected and made a really strong connection to make this announcement possible. So I thank you all for coming, and I wish you all a Happy New Year. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce to you our New York State Senator, the Honorable Cathy Young.
Thank you, Mayor, for those great words, and I'd like to welcome Governor Hochul once again to Chautauqua County. She certainly is someone who is all over my district, all over the state, and we are so blessed to have a person of her stature from Western New York at the very top levels of government in Albany, and she does a fantastic job. And it's always good news when she comes, so welcome. You can come more often too if you'd like to, Governor, but thank you so much for all that you do. Mayor Rosas, thank you for your leadership. We certainly do have so many great things happening in the city of Dunkirk, and what a great partnership that we have. So I look forward to continuing that. Assemblyman Goodell, my partner in Albany, and all the great things that he works on, and I want to thank you, Assemblyman, for your great work. And Kevin Sanvidge, who is also sitting in for our county executive, Vince Horrigan, but also Kevin does a fantastic job at the IDA. And we have, you know, this is a great announcement today, but the good thing is that there are many great announcements out there, great projects that are happening. We've got more to come, and so stay tuned on that. And finally, Bob Charleston, what a tremendous leader you are. And I came here actually before August 26th. And I got to model my hairnet that day, and you're looking good over there, I'm telling you. But I was able to go on a tour of the plant. I hadn't been here in a long time, and just to be able to see what's produced here, to see people in action, and what a great team that you have. And Bob's leadership has been phenomenal because he understands you can have the most expensive equipment that there is, but unless you have a trained, qualified workforce that is motivated and feels appreciated and valued, then you're not going to be successful as a company. And I believe that's what he's been able to do. Mayor Rosas talked about the fact that these 50 jobs were announced a few months ago. And Bob's whole philosophy on that is that you can have part-time people, but you really need to have people on board full-time getting the benefit package, because that's what really motivates people to work even harder. So I want to thank Bob for all that you're doing. You're a real spark. You can tell he really is somebody who takes his job very seriously, but brings a new energy, a new excitement, a new participation. And by the way, who's on the taste testings team? Was it every Tuesday? The employees get to taste? Everybody is. But that's a great benefit to this job. So if, people are looking for a job with a great place to work that has delicious treats, then this is a place to go. And I would love to come by on Tuesday too to taste. And sometimes you don't appreciate what you have in your own backyard, and or you might not even realize it. And as the governor said, this is a $4 million expansion that we discussed on August 26th. I'm so glad that we're able to bring this to fruition today, and we're very grateful for the governor's support. But on top of it, we're adding 61 new jobs to the 586 jobs that currently exist at the plant. And we are very lucky because this is one of the economic drivers, not only for Dunkirk, but the entire region. But what I also didn't know, and I had to write this down, because I can't even wrap my head around this figure. 120 million dozen
Correct.
pieces or desserts that you produce?
Dozen novelties.
Novelty desserts.
Right.
So I'll go over that again. 120 million dozen novelty desserts are produced at this plant every year. 25 million gallons of ice cream. Talk about heaven, right? To be here. And I love the governor's idea of having sponge candy ice cream. So I think we should pursue that. But, this really is something that is very significant for the people that we have, because this is all about jobs. This is about people's families, having jobs that support their families, having a certain quality of life. And Feildbrook Foods is a leader in that whole effort regionally. So Bob, thank you so much.
Thank
to you and the company, to all of the employees, thank you so much, because they would not be investing here without you doing the hard work and the great jobs that you do every single day. I want to thank the local leadership for all of the things that you do, and we'll continue to work together, and labor and everybody, because this is really a team effort. So this is a great way to end 2016 and start a new 2017. I can't think of a better announcement. So congratulations to everyone who made this happen and worked so hard. And this is just the beginning. We'll have great things to announce in the future. So Happy New Year to each and every one of you and your families. It is my pleasure to introduce at this time our Assemblyman Andrew Goodell.
What a great way to end 2016 with an announcement like this, isn't it? And for this whole area, we have a lot to be thankful for. Now, I was just doing the numbers in my head, but 120 million dozen is something like 1.4 billion. That's enough for all the residents in Chautuaqua County for several months. Now, I am also thankful, not just for the 110 plus jobs and the investment in the community, but I'm thankful even on the more simple things, like the fact that all these novelty ice creams come from Feildbrook Foods. I've always thought that ice cream was its own food group, and now I have positive confirmation. Of course, Feildbrook has not only been a tremendous partner with the city, and with the county, and the state, and with all of us in its economic development efforts, but it's also been an important partner in the community. And our councilman, county legislator, good to see you, Bob, others know that Feildbrook's influence goes well beyond the boundaries of this facility. And it was just a few months ago, Fieldbrook sponsored a special event at Jamestown Community College, raising funds for a scholarship in honor of our mayor. And my wife and I tried dancing the salsa for the first time in our lives at that event, but it was a great event. And that's just an example. What a lot of people don't realize, though, is that every announcement of this kind involves a tremendous amount of work that you don't see. And I mean, it's the city water and sewer plant that makes this plant possible. If the plant wasn't working, the water sewer plant, we wouldn't be here today. It's just impossible. It's the county IDA that's been working with you on tax incentives and other programs, and that's a key component. It's the state. And thank you, Governor, for coming and being here at this great announcement. We have other industries that we probably wouldn't want to eat at, like, you know, Purina Dog Food Company, but well, we're glad you're here. And it's a partnership on every level. And so to all of those who played a part in making this possible, with the city, with the state, with the county, and I bring greetings as well from Congressman Reed, who's very supportive. My partner, who actually makes things happen and is out there bringing funds back to Chautuaqua County, Senator Young, on all of our behalves. Thanks for your commitment to our community and the commitment of all your employees to make the best ice cream novelties in the country right here in Dunkirk for all of us to enjoy. Thank you so much. I love coming to this place because every time I come, I ask Bob for ice cream, and he's commented. One of our key players in all of our economic development efforts all across the state, of course, and in Chautauqua County especially, is the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency. And we're honored to have Kevin Sanvidge, who is also very active in the Dunkirk area for many years in employment and manufacturing, heading up the Industrial Development Agency and joining us today. Kevin.
Thank you.
On behalf of County Executive Vince Horgan, who is extremely disappointed that he's not here today, and Mayor Rosas, you know that we couldn't have a bigger cheerleader in our county executive for the city of Dunkirk. So he sends his best. Congratulations. Bob, we want to thank you for believing in Dunkirk, for believing in the employees here and what you've done to change the culture here. Thank you. This is such an opportunity to say, I'm going to invest in Chautauqua County, in Dunkirk, New York. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Governor Hochul, thank you for taking time and coming here. It's such an honor to be here with you, to be part of this celebration. Mayor Rosas, thank you. He is truly, it's been a collaboration led by the mayor. And as he said, right from the beginning, he was here and wanted to do what he could do to help. So thank you, Mayor. And Senator Young, thank you so much for all that you do in helping all of us here. And Andy Goodell, thank you very much. So very happy to be here, proud to be here for this great celebration. Thank you.
I'd like to thank all of our speakers. Thank you for your kind words. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about the people. And so I want to thank all of our people who are here today. And please give our team members a very hearty I'll leave you with a couple thoughts. One thing I share with our team frequently is our people take care of our customers. Our job as leaders is to take care of our people. Our people take care of our customers, and our customers take care of our business. So if we keep that sequence correct, we'll be very, very successful. I also remind my team on a pretty frequent basis that, guess what we get to do today? We get to make ice cream. And not everyone gets that opportunity. And we bring to the market, to the customer, and ultimately to our consumers, something that they can enjoy and something that they can share with their loved ones. And that's not something that we should ever take for granted. So we really appreciate the opportunity to do that. So I would also be remiss in not thanking our ownership group, which is Arbor Investments, based in Chicago. They're the ones who ultimately do a lot of the funding and support the growth and capacity expansion that we're able to talk about and share with you today. So I want to thank everyone for coming, especially in this weather. But as I've been learning and as I've been taught, this is just Thursday. Right? This is no big deal for Western New York. So, but thank you all. And if you would like, I would always be remiss in not offering some ice cream. So we do have ice cream in the kitchen right behind us. Little 3-ounce cups of Breyer's ice cream. That's a product that we make for Unilever, and we'd be happy to share that with you today if you'd be willing to stick around for a few minutes. So. But thank you everyone for coming, and thank you so much, Governor, for joining us today. It's been truly an honor to have you here. I really appreciate that. Okay. Thank you.
There's not too many places that we don't have, too many markets that we don't have. We ship coast to coast, we ship to Puerto Rico, Mexico, pretty wide.
I used to like go to visit my sister when she worked at Tennessee. This is just amazing. She was the secretary to the crop first.
I did too. Production.
Yeah, I looked at it. I didn't dive into the, you know, yeah, I was here with so I looked in it and I did. Yeah. So thank you for it. Yes. I know, yeah.
That was real.
No, I wanted just to try to make an introduction. Sure, take advantage of it. Whoever the person is,
Councilman, how are you? So do they, what fryers do they make?
I don't have, I do have something to get my phone. Okay, fine. Hold on one second. Sure, thanks.
The governor wants that to happen, we're fully committed to making sure that happens starting in the next year.
How quickly can we hear from the Public Service Commission and others, so that, I guess that's the first step in this process?
Certainly, and there's a process that has to be ongoing, and it has been mothballed for a number of years, this facility, so it's going to take some time to get it up and running, so I don't have any time commitment on that, but I think what this community needed to hear and wants to hear is that New York State will uphold the commitment it made years ago when the governor first came here, sidetracked because of circumstances beyond our control, and we're back on track.
But this does not conflict with the governor's green energy plan to try and get more renewables into the mix as far as the energy generation here in the state?
We're focused on the natural gas that will be created by this plant.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about Phoenix, because that was the game changer that the governor announced earlier this year here in the city of Dunkirk. Is this project still on track?
Very much so, yes, and you'll see some activity, physical activity going on next year, but right now there's activities such as the seeker process, the engineering plans are being developed, so that's moving along as well.
So when physically will we see something, maybe in 2017?
I don't have a start date at all, and so once we get sort of the background work that has to occur underway, we'll have a better sense of the timetable, but there is a process involved. But the good news is that we expect this to happen.
Congratulations on the promotion.